Alright.
Okay. Good morning, class. I am Miss Friel.
And I am Miss Winchester.
And we have previously learned about summarizing. This time we are going to learn about summarizing with a question in mind. Okay.
So, I guess before this, what is, why do we summarize with a question in mind? Like, why is it important? Danielle?
Maybe to like focus or to remind yourself what the focus of your like book is.
Yeah, that's a good reason. Sam, what do you think?
I was gonna say like it sets up like a guide.
And you were raising your hand?
I was gonna say, what did you say?
Alright.
Lovely. There's like a main point to it, I think.
Yeah. So here's kind of a list to read with a purpose. So a lot of scientists, like, they have their specific research question. So reading with a purpose is extremely important to a lot of scientists. So our main focus today is going to be on like science kind of questions. That doesn't necessarily have to be the questions you're asking, but that's going to be our focus today. It also helps us better understand what we read. So we've been working with comprehension strategies, so that's kind of our focus today. And then to practice using books to answer questions that we have a topic about. So like if you're reading about salts, then you're gonna go find an encyclopedia, an internet website, or something like that to answer your question.
Okay, so here are some strategies we can use when we're finding the answer, or when we're trying to find the answer to our question while reading. So check the table of contents for information that might answer our question. Check the index for information about our question. Look through the book for photographs or illustrations to answer our questions. Check to see if we can match our question to the information that we find. Read the info and really think about it. Try to say the information in our own words and summarize the information by drawing and sketching what we're learning.
So this is a lot of information. Primarily we're going to be focused on looking at the table of contents, the index, flipping through the pages to look for pictures that might help you answer the questions. And we have a worksheet that we'll focus on later. So our first question is going to be, how is fungi helpful to humans? So the first thing, we're going to go back to the strategies are here. We're going to go to the table of contents, which we're going to be using the Usborne Science Encyclopedia. This is just a book that I found randomly had. And encyclopedias are great for like scientific questions. So the first thing we're going to do is go to the document. This out. Please. Or not, whatever. I don't have to use it.
You could use that.
So we have the table of contents. This is the head book. We have the table of contents, and the first thing we're going to do is I marked this prior because I knew I was going to be doing this. So I'm going to look at fungi here, and that's on page 284. So I know 284. The next thing you can do is kind of flip through the index, and what I'm going to be looking for in the index, I know I'm going to be looking for fungi because I'm wondering why is that helpful to humans. And I did that as well. And it is, oh look, 284, perfect. And then I'm going to flip to that page. And then we can go to the next page.
Okay, should I read them?
Yeah.
Okay, so health and harm. Some kinds of fungi are useful to people. For instance, a medicine called penicillin, which kills the bacteria that cause various diseases, is made from a particular mold. Blue veins in some cheeses are also made from similar molds. A single-celled fungus called yeast is used in bread making and brewing in some alcoholic drinks. Many fungi can harm living things. Some, for instance, produce fruiting bodies that are highly poisonous. Others, such as the mold that causes Dutch elm disease, grow on plants and slowly kill them. Some fungi can also grow on people and animals. For instance, athlete's foot and ringworm are human conditions caused by fungi.
So using my prior knowledge, I know that penicillin is a medicine. And since I know that's a medicine. Well, if that comes from fungi, that's how it's helpful to humans. So I've pinpointed exactly what my question is. Oftentimes they'll use broader questions like that, but a lot of scientists use very specific questions to answer a specific question that they're looking for in their research. So next, we're going to look for what kinds of bones do I have in my body? And can someone tell me what the first thing that I did to look for skeletons would be? Sam? All right, and what is the second thing I'm going to do? Flirting is not correct. Yes, I'm going to look in the glossary or the index. So I've already done that as well. Because the lack of us in this lesson. So this is on page 346. And I've done this in the index as well. I can show you that as well. I'm gonna drop this thing. So I know that I'm gonna look for skeletons in the index. So I'm going to go to page 346 without trying to drop this thing. And we're going to read about skeletons.
The skeleton. Your skeleton is a framework of bones that supports your body and gives it shape. It protects delicate parts such as the heart and provides hard surfaces for muscles to pull on you so you can move.
So should we go back to the question? So can anyone tell me what kind of bones we have in the body using this information? If you can read it, I'm sorry.
Can you come up close?
The tibia, perfect. Flat bones, perfect. Anyone else? Sam? Short bones? Awesome. And how is this information relevant to us? Why do we need to know this? Other than answering our question.
You know what your body works is made of.
Perfect. We can add. Okay. Anyone else? I was gonna say if you like break them on or something, you would doctor. You know what we're talking about. Yeah, awesome. All right, so moving on. Now it's your turn, and I'm going to pass out some worksheets. And there's two about proteins, so they're the same thing. So your group just wants to pick one of the questions. There's only a couple of each. Okay. So using what you have, you're going to find the question that is most pertinent to or relevant to your article. And you can read it together, read it alone. There's some that have enough, there's some that won't. And then using the activity sheet, or the worksheet, you can fill out the answers, and those are just the different strategies we've gone over. And once you write your question down, we can move, the strategies are also on the first page of the worksheet. That's something that you can put in your literary binders in your comprehension strategies later, after you complete the worksheet. And I will give you a couple of minutes to read through this and answer some of the questions. Go! You're welcome to write on the articles as well. Yes, you're reading through and answering questions. Yes.
Somebody with a signal in your hands, how many minutes do you guys need to finish your worksheets?
Yeah.
Thank you.
We might not get to every question, but.
And sometimes indexes will have, say digestion, but, parts of it. So you have some.
You're in 12. So coming back together, we're going to talk about our findings.
Okay. Matt, what did your table come up with for how does the information from your table of contents help you answer your question?
And it tells you what page to look at.
Good.
Awesome.
Okay. Selena, what cues from the index did your table find to help you find the answer to the question?
You said that it helped us find that table of information.
All right, Kira, what did your table, what pictures did your table find to help you answer your question?
We found this picture of a digestive tract, and it has numbers throughout that tell you the different stages of digestion. Where they happen.
Sandy, what pages did you find your information on?
We found it on 298.
And then Danielle, how did your table summarize the information you found on your question using your own words?
First we underlined them, and then we talked about how, or we wrote down that, proteins, fix the body tissue, and like other big, like, things.
Did anyone draw a picture? No. That's fine.
I'm a visual learner.
But you could have.
Yeah, you could have. There was the option on the back.
Okay. And then our last slide here just talks about independent application. So you guys could come up with a scientific question on your own and then use text resources to find specific information about your question. That's kind of what we wanted you to gain from this lesson.
And then
So-
different types of resources. We have like encyclopedias, textbooks, internet sites, all sorts of different stuff. And then kind of in conclusion, how did this information help you? Amber.
This information helps me read about plant cells, and that's super interesting. And I love to learn about plants.
And Selena?
It helped me figure out how to look up information faster based on the question.
Awesome. And if I could get one more response. Jordan. Is your super
I was focused, I was passing papers, sorry.
My fault.
All right, Barb.
I can be more efficient in my learning.
More efficient in your learning, perfect. All right, and so further on with the independent application, you guys want to do this, that'd be great. This would just be like maybe like a homework assignment after like you have done all of this, or like even an introduction to a research, like a research topic that you could go into in more depth in like a thematic unit or whatever.
And what page number was it on, the strategies that work?
3 say something. Yes.
Are you sure? All right.
Just in my.
She'll let you know. Give them a nice round of applause. And